I'm Sandy Meyer, and this is a basic yoga sequence. I am currently 28 weeks pregnant, but this is a sequence that's good for both pregnant women and anybody that's not pregnant, and men too. So we'll start in a comfortable seated position. You don't have to sit in any particular way. I'm going to sit on my heels, but you could also sit cross-legged or with your legs out in front of you. Just sit comfortably. And as you sit, begin to ground down through your sit bones, those two bones that you're sitting on. And then lengthen your spine up towards the ceiling, pulling up through the crown of your head. You can allow your eyes to close, or if you prefer to keep your eyes open, just focus your gaze downward at one point in front of you. Just begin to tune into your body. Notice how you're feeling today. Simply noticing without any judgment or trying to change it. Notice how you're feeling emotionally. Just all of what you have going on today in your body and your mind. Begin to tune into your breath. Just notice the natural flow in and out. Notice the pace of your breath, how you're breathing, and where you can feel your breath in your body. Begin to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Take a deep breath in through your nose and then sigh, exhale out the mouth. Just kind of letting go. Letting go so that you can be fully present in the here and now. Continue to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. With your next inhale, drop your breath down to your belly, so your belly expands and fills up with air. Rib cage opens. Really fill everything up. And then exhale out through the mouth. And feel your belly come back in towards your spine. Engage your abdominals. Breathing through the belly is the most relaxed way to breathe. When we're tense or anxious, we're often breathing high up in our chest. So it helps to drop the breath down to the belly. With your next inhale, seal your lips and continue this deep belly breathing, only allow the breath to come in and out of the nose. With your exhale out of the nose, try to make your breath audible so you can hear it, like waves crashing against the shore. Kind of making a sound similar to the ocean waves. Feel a slight constriction in the back of your throat with your exhale. This is the Ujjayi breath. It can be a warming breath. It's also the breath that's typically practiced throughout yoga practices. So if it serves you, you can keep that breath going throughout the practice. If not, just breathe however you normally do, just being aware of your breath the whole time. As you you're ready, bring fingertips on the outside of your body. Inhale to sweep arms up. Look up towards the ceiling. Really stretch out through your fingertips. And then press your palms in together. And then with an exhale, bring hands in front of your heart. Inhale to reach arms back up towards the sky. Exhale, reach arms wide. Inhale, reach arms up. Press palms together. Exhale, hands in front of your heart. Just keep moving with your breath, linking your breath and your movement together. Exhale, bring hands in front of your heart, gaze towards your fingertips, and if you want, you can set an intention for your practice today. From here, we'll make our way to a tabletop position. On your knees and your hands, and bring your knees underneath your hips, wrist underneath your shoulders. Spread your fingers wide. Really grip your mat with your fingertips. Spine is flat, so straight line to the top of your head to your tailbone. Engage your abdominals. And then with an inhale, drop your belly down towards the floor. Lift your tailbone up. And then lift your chin and your head. And just breathe here. Cow pose. Then exhale, round your spine, tuck your tailbone under. Bring your head down. Chin comes towards your chest. For cat pose. You take a few breaths here. Just warming up the spine. Then we'll begin to move with your breath. Inhale into your cow. Exhale into your cat. Few of these at the pace of your breath. Next time you're in your cat, pause there. Bring your knees as wide as your mat, and then sink your hips back towards your heels into child's pose. Forehead can come down to the ground, or you can stack your forearms on top of one another and bring your forehead to your forearms. Child's pose can be a very calming pose. So just take a few moments to settle into your body. Keep your awareness on your breath. As you're ready, look towards the top of your mat. Lift your hips up, slide your forearms down, and then lower your hips down into Sphinx pose. Press the tops of your feet down, open your heart, bring your shoulder blades back. Keep your wrist in line with your elbows. And breathe here, little back bend. As you're ready, bring your head down, scoot your knees in towards your body, lift your hips up, lengthen your arms, and come into puppy pose. Long spine, head comes down to the mat or just down towards the mat. Hips stay lifted. Let your chest sink down to the mat and breathe. With your next inhale, make your way back to tabletop. We'll do one more cat-cow here. Inhale into your cow. Exhale into your cat. And we'll curl your toes under. Walk your hands about a handprint or two in front of you. Lift your knees off the mat. Lift your hips up. Sink your heels down towards the mat. Spread your fingers wide, just like we did in tabletop, really gripping the mat with your hands. Especially pressing into your thumb and your pointer finger. And then lower your chest towards your thighs. Gazes towards your feet. Downward dog. You can stay in stillness here, or if you want, you can bend one knee at a time, noticing how this feels in your body. Your heels don't have to touch the mat. If they do, that's great. If they don't, that's great too. Just think about sinking your heels down so you get that nice stretch in your hamstrings. Then as you're ready, walk your hands towards your feet into a forward fold. Top of your head points down to the mat. Have your hips about shoulder distance width apart. Unless you're pregnant, have your feet a little bit wider in your forward fold to make your space for your baby. Just let your arms hang heavy here. As you inhale, come up halfway, press your hands into your shins. Look out in front of you, flat spine. Exhale and fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. 3 more with your breath. And rise back up to a flat spine, making your way all the way up to stand. Into mountain pose. Palms open to the front edge of your mat. Press down through your feet, down through the ball of your foot and the heel of your foot. The 4 corners of your feet press into the earth like you're growing roots beneath your feet. Pull up through the crown of your head, spine is long. Just breathe in stillness here. And with an inhale, sweep arms up. Exhale, reach your arms wide, dive over your knees, come back to your forward fold. And then just begin to sway from side to side with your arms in your forward fold. And we'll come back to center. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise up with a flat back, arms come to horizontal, and then rise all the way up to stand, press palms together. Exhale, hands in front of your heart. Start in your mountain pose. Inhale, reach arms up. Exhale, reach arms wide, dive over your knees, back to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Have a little bend to your knees as you sweep your arms out to the side, make your way up to stand. Palms come to touch overhead. Exhale, hands in front of your heart. Inhale, mountain pose, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise up, flat back. Palms come to touch. Exhale, hands in front of your heart. 2 more at your own pace with your breath. And then we'll meet with hands in front of your heart. From here, step your right foot forward. Ground your back foot so it's parallel to the back of your mat. And then bring your arms out to horizontal. Warrior 2. Check out your feet. Make sure your front heel is a straight line to the center of your back foot or heel to heel in alignment. Straight line from fingertip to fingertip, really bending into your front knee. Hips are open to the side of your mat. And then press down into your feet like you're trying to tear your mat into 2 pieces. And breathe. As you're ready, lengthen your front knee. Turn your toes towards the long edge of your mat. Reach arms out to horizontal. And then exhale, come into a wide-legged forward fold. Hands come down to the earth. Or you can reach your hands and wrap them around each ankle. Top of your head points down to the mat. And breathe. As you're ready, rise up with a flat spine, back up to stand. Turn your left toes to point towards the short edge of your mat. Right toes point towards the long edge. Bend into your left knee. Reach arms out to the horizon. Check out your alignment, straight line from fingertip to fingertip. And breathe here. Warrior 2. Sinking into your front knee, getting a little deeper into that hip with each exhale. And as you're ready, with an exhale, lower hands to frame your front foot, and then step to a downward dog. With an exhale, bring your right foot in between your hands. Ground your back foot at about a 45-degree angle. Bend into your front knee, square your hips to the front edge of your mat, and come into Warrior 1. Arms up by your ears. If you feel like your hips aren't square to the front edge of your mat, you could bring your front foot out towards the edge of your mat a little more. hands behind your back. Press your hands down, open your heart, lift your chin, little back bend. And bring chin back to neutral. Sweep arms up by your ears. Exhale, lower hands down. Step to downward dog. With an inhale, shift your shoulders over your wrist. Lower your hips down. And come into plank pose. Push away from your mat, engage your abdominals, and try your best to keep a straight line from the top of your head to your heels. Whole body parallel to your mat. If this feels like too much, you could lower your knees down. You're still going to get some engagement with in your core with that pose. And then as you're ready, lift hips up back to downward dog. We'll move with our breath between these two postures. Inhale into plank. Exhale into downward dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale, downward dog. 3 more times with your breath. Next time you're in your plank, hold there. Lower your knees down if they aren't already. Squeeze your elbows into your body as you lower down to the mat. Inhale, come into a back bend, upward dog, lifting your chest up. And then lift your knees off the mat, press down through the tops of your feet. Exhale, curl toes under, downward dog. With your next exhale, step left foot forward. Ground your back foot. Square your hips to the front of your mat, reach arms up, warrior one. And breathe here. In yoga, your breath should always continue to naturally flow. So just be aware of your breath as you practice, keeping the flow in and out going at all times, never holding the breath. And exhale, interlace hands behind your back. Show your little back bend, shoulder blades come back, heart opens, chin lifts. And bring head back to center. Sweep arms up into your warrior one. Exhale, lower hands down. Step to downward dog. Inhale into plank. Lower knees down. Lower belly and chest halfway down. And then come up to a back bend, heart opens. Exhale, downward dog. From your downward dog, lower your knees down. In your child's pose, your knees can be wide as your mat, or they can be close together, whatever feels best for your body and your hips. So we'll make our way into a child's pose here. Forehead comes down, or stack your forearms on top of one another, bringing forehead to forearms. With your next inhale, look towards the top of your mat. Walk your hands over to the left side of your mat. And then stack your right palm on top of your left hand. And then lower your head in between your arms or all the way down to the mat. With your next inhale, walk your hands back to center and then over to the right side of your mat. Left palm on top of your right hand, and then lower your head down. Keep sinking your hips back towards your heels. Walk your hands back to center. Lift your hips up into tabletop. And then lift your hands off the mat to come and stand up on your knees. Lengthen your spine here. And then bring your hands to your lower back. Fingertips point down to the mat. Bring your elbows and your shoulders in towards each other. Heart opens. Chin lifts, looking up towards the ceiling into a back bend. Camel pose. And breathe here. You can follow your gaze back towards the wall behind you if that works for you. Or just stay right where you are. And then slowly bring your head back to center, releasing your back bend. Inhale to sweep arms up. Exhale into your puppy pose. Hands come down to the mat, hips stay lifted, head comes down. Lowering your chest down to the mat. With your next inhale, slide your wrist back underneath your shoulders into your tabletop. Inhale to reach your right arm up, twisting open to the side. Exhale to thread your arm underneath your body, palm open, reaching across. And then inhale to sweep your arm back up. Just keep moving with your breath. Exhale, thread your arm. Inhale, sweep arm up. And then on this last one, keep your hand here, and then lower your shoulder down. Lower the side of your head down. And then lengthen your left arm out in front of you for thread the needle pose. With your next inhale, slide your left hand back underneath your shoulder. Make your way into tabletop. Inhale to sweep left arm up. Exhale to thread it through. Inhale, left arm comes up. Exhale, thread it through. Total of 5 of these with your breath. across your body, lower your shoulder down, side of your face comes down, put your right arm out, thread the needle pose, and breathe. With an inhale, make your way back to tabletop. Sink your hips back towards your heels. Sitting on your heels if that's comfortable. If it doesn't feel comfortable, you could stand up on your knees and just stay there. From here, flex your toes to press your toes into your mat, and then sink your hips back towards your heels for a nice toe stretch. It's not very often that we stretch our toes. This is a good one for your toes. And just breathe into it. Might feel kind of uncomfortable. And then lower hands down, cross your ankles over one another. And slide your feet out in front of you. Bring your left heel in towards your body. Right leg reaches out. Square your hips to the front of your mat. And then with an inhale, reach your right arm out in front of you, either on your shin or your thigh, maybe your foot. Left arm reaches up and come into a side stretch. Inhale to release, arms come back by your sides. From here, bend your right knee. Take your left ankle on top of your right knee. Lower onto your forearms, bringing your hips towards your heel. And then lower onto your back, lifting your foot off the floor. And then thread your hands around your right thigh, around the back of your right thigh. And use your hands to bring your legs a little bit closer to you with each exhale for reclined pigeon pose. Lengthen your right leg. And then take your left leg and reach it out towards the top of your mat, just relaxing that leg. And use your hand to bring your leg a little bit closer to you with each breath out. You can have your hands around the back of your thigh or the back of your shin. And just breathe there. Bend your knee, bring your hands on top of your knee, and do some circles with your knee around your hip. And then hug your knee back in, hug your left knee in towards your chest, knees wide if you're pregnant or need space for your chest or belly. And just begin to rock from side to side on your lower back. There's two ways to get back up to seated here. You can either roll lengthways on your spine, like so, making your way up to seated, or you could roll over to one side, bring hands down, and press yourself up to seated. Reach your legs out towards the length of your mat. Bring your right heel in, left leg long. Square your hips to the front of your mat. Left hand reaches towards your shin, or your thigh, or your foot. Right arm reaches up, and then reach towards your foot as well. Inhale, release, come back to center. Bend your left knee, right ankle comes on top of your left knee. Lower onto your forearms. And then onto your back, lift your foot up. And release your hands around the back. And then pull your legs in towards your body. Reclined pigeon pose. And breathe. Lengthen your left leg. Bring right leg long, relaxing it on the mat. And then use your hands to pull your left leg a little bit closer to you with each exhale. Hug your knee into your chest, hands on top of your knee. Do some circles with your knee around your hip. And then hug both knees into your chest. Rock from side to side. And then let your knees fall over to the left. Shoulder blades stay down, chest open towards the ceiling. And then look in the opposite direction of your legs for a twist. Inhale, head comes to center, knees come to chest. And then let them fall in the other direction. Shoulders stay down, or as much as possible stay down. And then look in the opposite direction of your legs. Turn your head back to center. Hug your knees in towards your chest. And then lengthen your legs out towards the length of your mat. Arms come alongside your body. Just kind of move and adjust on your lower and your upper back to get comfortable lying on your back. You can feel free to take up a lot of space here with your arms or have them closer to your body. Just make sure your palms are open towards the ceiling. You can allow your eyes to close, or just focus your gaze up towards the ceiling. Tune into your body, notice how you're feeling. Relax all the muscles in your face. Soften your eyes, your eyebrows, your forehead. Relax your jaw and your mouth. Allow your shoulders to fall away from your body. Arms become heavy. Hands and fingers relax. Relax your upper back and your lower back. Relax your glutes and your hips. Relax the tops of your legs and the backs of your legs, top and bottom of your feet. Feel the support of the earth beneath you. Whole body relaxes into the earth. Feel free to stay here as long as you like. If you're ready to get up, inhale, reach arms up, full body stretch. Bend your knees to plant your feet. Pull over onto one side. Push your hands down to lift yourself up to seated. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste.